want to see the constant engagement of our officers, and it's there. When you look at our crime numbers, when you look at our moving summonses, we're involved, we're engaged. It's complicated. The criminal justice system is complicated, but I can assure you that we're doing our part.
I am a Central Park nerd to the fullest extent. And what I mean by that is that the little things count. And when I say the little things, I mean people going the right way, counterclockwise around the 6 Mile Loop. Pedicabs being on any path that doesn't involve the 6 Mile Loop. Little things like that, it's why we've had such great quality inside Central Park.
We're more than happy if you know any family members that would like to join the NYPD. We would highly suggest that they come on board. We have a good pension system. We have health benefits. It's 212-RECRUIT. We are more than looking for new hires for the department.
We're all about community. We're all about doing things that we care about in our community and for the people who are so important. I hear seniors. I hear older adults. I hear the elderly. I think of you as those who we've stood on the shoulders of, great assets in our community. People have walked the walk and talked the talk and are still here to help us.
We are excited to co-host this event with the Upper West Side Coalition of Block Associations and community groups, standing up with our Upper West Side seniors. And so we have long been in the work of making sure that we work to enrich the lives of seniors. It's one of our 6 cause areas for which we do our work. So tonight we're excited that this is an opportunity for you to have voice, because we believe that as you get older, you know more of what you need and more of what you want. And you don't need us to stand up for you, but to stand up with you.
So many of the issues that I'm working on, that all of us are working on today, impact seniors even more. When we focus on questions of safety, when we focus on accessibility in the subway, when we focus on our parks, all of it impacts seniors.
There are some people in the city who need cars. And if you are one of those people and you live in this neighborhood, I think you should be entitled to a residential parking permit to prevent people from driving from New Jersey or Westchester into our neighborhood and drive around and look for parking spaces.
Look, older adults are some of my favorite people. I've worked as a page at the Morningside Heights Public Library on 113th Street on Broadway, where I helped older adults learn how to navigate different softwares and computers, had a lot of fun doing it. And it really exposed me to public service.
In New York District 6, which is the Upper West Side, there are, in terms of population, 176,000 people, but over 65 is 37,000. So we're 21% of the population and getting more, just so you know. That's a good number, 21%. They got to take care of us, right?
We need to license these e-bikes so we know who they are and we know that they're following the rules of the road, just like automobile drivers. Secondly, as you heard, we have legislation now to require moped registration at the point of sale. These gasoline mopeds, most of them are illegal because they're not licensed.
I'll tell you, some of the nursing homes we have here are on the West Side are terrible. And we've had many occasions to talk to patients and their families and report to the Department of Health, because people should not be lying in their beds waiting for someone to attend to them all day. So it's a depressing note to end on, but I'm feeling optimistic because I think as elected officials and working with such groups, we can have change. We can listen to what people want, listen to what people need, and then enact it.
If you are a block association, please check out our website and consider joining us. If you want to start a block association, please see information that we have on our website and email us. If you are an Upper West Sider who wants to know about our programs and be emailed and be put on a newsletter list, we're eager to do so. Please let us know.
I have a question with regards to safeguards that I'm wondering would be put in place to keep underage children out of these dispensaries.
Pascal, do you want to take that?
Certainly. So the law requires that dispensaries be 500 feet from a house of worship or school. Additionally, the packaging cannot be something that is attractive to children. I will direct you again to the chat. We have we have proposed regulations out right now as it relates to packaging and marketing.
Another topic that I definitely want to touch on is homelessness. You know, I think we saw that it was here before the pandemic, but I think the pandemic itself exacerbated the impact of homelessness on the lives of New Yorkers and in our parks. I know particularly there's different homeless complaints that we receive around the Broadway malls, around Verde Square, and in Dante Park. And we also have about a dozen chronic sites that happen across the 6 miles of Riverside Park as well.
Also during the pandemic, there was a little bit of a kind of like a pullback on enforcement. You know, people needed to get outside, they needed to breathe, they needed to like release some stress. And so there was less of an enforcement on rules and regulations. And so coming back this summer, we just saw an explosion of dogs off the leash with a lot of new owners who didn't know what the rules were around dogs off leash. We spent quite a bit of time educating people, putting up new signs in certain landscapes to help people understand what the rules are, what the leash rules are.
Beth Krieger, an Upper West Side neighbor of ours, asked the Riverside Park Conservancy, they'd love to know why the kayaking launch that was used in Riverside Park near 70th Street was never replaced and was very popular, and wondering how about that being added as a wonderful addition to folks to access on the west side. Merritt or John, do you have a response to Beth for that?
Sure. Why don't I step in? The launch there was wiped out not once but twice in storms. The first time the deck floated away, was replaced. The second time the deck, the piling that was holding it, all went. And it will be expensive to put in a new one. And we've also been assessing, which we don't have funding for, but we've also been assessing whether that's the best location for a kayak launch, both from the standpoint of being on land. You're right on the Esplanade there. It's a busy area. It's not really near a place to bring your kayak to carry it into the park, let's say. Also, there are concerns which are shared by our colleagues at the marina of having often people who are just beginning, they're just learning how to kayak, being right in the same area as pleasure craft that are coming and going. So looking at both who the constituency is it people who are learning? Is it more seasoned kayakers? What's the best location?